Does your why make you cry? Have you ever heard that your why determines everything, whether or not you're going to do what it is that you said that you were going to do? I had a revelation this week in thinking about my why, right? I always say, I want to do it so that my hubby doesn't have to pick up extra hours, or so that my kids have more options, or so that I can be proud of myself, right? But the truth is, none of that makes me cry. Really and truly, none of it makes me cry. And I was under the impression that those were strong enough for me to get up and really fight tooth and nail. But the truth is, it's not. And I had to really stop myself and say, okay, well then why are you doing what you're doing? What is it that is so important to you that you would get up and face people and comments, face exhaustion, face loss of time with the kids, with the husband, right? Why am I willing to do that? And honestly, I didn't know. I had no idea what it was. I've lost my why, and that says a lot because it explains a lot. It also gives me an excuse, which I don't want, but it gives me a reason as to why my why is not strong enough. So I started thinking, okay, well, what is it that will make me cry? And I thought about it, and it's loss. It's loss of of the ones that I love. My dog is having a moment, so the truth is, it's loss for me. The loss is my why. How does that matter, right? So I was raised in a West Indian household, for those of you who don't know it. My parents made me learn at a young age that what you do has your name on it, right? So do it well or else, basically. And it was a lesson that I cherish and value so much because it opened doors for me, right? When I did things, people were like, oh, you did great, right? Or slow down, you're making us look bad. Whatever it was, I like that. It strokes the ego, But I experienced something when I was transitioning from high school to college that almost broke me. It really hurt me to the core, that all of the work that I had done for all of those years almost added up to nothing. All because I was being denied for something I had no control over. And the fact is, when you work hard and someone can just tell you no, for no logical reason, other than the fact that they don't feel like it, or they don't want to, or they don't like you, or whatever their reason is, when they have power over telling you no to moving forward in the things that you know will benefit you and your family, it has an effect on you. And it affected me so deeply that for years I did some crazy things to make sure that no one could tell me no. I refused to have myself vulnerable or in a position where I needed to rely on someone. And it's good to be independent. Don't get me wrong. It's good to go out there and seek your own interest. But at the same time, that's not a good way to live. Because if you can't be vulnerable, that means you can't form a real relationship, which means you can't have a meaningful relationship. And I said all that to say this to you. I had to dig deeper than the surface level why that I was giving myself to find out why I care to do what I'm doing. And the truth is, I don't ever want my kids to experience that hard stop when they've worked so hard for something. And see, it's going to make me cry. They've worked so hard for something. And there's no logical reason why someone should tell them no. I don't ever want them to experience that. That is my why. That is why I'm willing to work, to make sure that I do my best when I do work, and to hold myself accountable when I don't feel like doing something. Because it's easy for me to sit down on the couch and watch a show or laugh or sleep or whatever excuse I can come up with. But to even imagine that my kids would have to face that and I could have done something about it is not okay with me. So I'm going to challenge you today. Dig a little deeper. Find your why. And if your why does not make you cry, it is not your why. It is not strong enough. Yes, you can love your spouse. Yes, you can love yourself. Yes, you can love the idea of luxury. But if those things are not enough to literally make you cry, that is not strong enough to push you through the pain to get to the other side, to find your victory. So, Monique Noel-Gunter here, challenging you. Find your why. Does it make you cry? Mine does.